Listen up, everyone. This is the plan that no one is talking about. This video might be the most important thing you've ever seen if you own XRP. I'm going to show you how technicals, rules, ETFs, Wall Street money, central bank adoption, and Ripple's banking emissions could all work together to push XRP above $2,500 per coin. Before you roll your eyes and get mad at me, let me tell you that this puzzle is already moving. Altcoin Golden Cross is real. Clear SEC in the US. Ripple's case in court is over. ETFs are already putting billions of dollars into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple, and they are working directly with central banks. That's right. All of these things are reasons why the U.S. wants to open a bank. Do not mistake this for opium. All of these pieces of cold, hard facts are coming together right now. I promise you that by the end of this movie, you will understand why XRP's path to $2,500 isn't just possible. It makes sense for it to happen. Let's start. We're going to watch his movie. He talks about the price of XRP and what might make it go above $2,500. Pay close attention. Let's talk about XRP since I bought some. What will happen if it gets to $2,500? What must happen for that to take place? What needs to happen in order for that to happen are a lot of things. A lot of people just say, oh, flip a switch. Leave this place with that stuff. Large-scale events in the world economy need to happen in order for that supply shock to happen and push it to that value. That's the only way it could be. Economics is all about supply and demand. People look at the total market cap, but what it really means is how much is available to buy. The value and liquidity of the market are driven by it, but why can't they make more XRP? They can't. So there were 100 billion at first. It was first called XNS when it was created on June 2nd, 2012. And they black own that account. That means that no one can get to it. They can't get back in. They can't make any more mints. The XRP cannot be frozen. It's stuck at 100 billion, and every day 5,000 of them are burned. It's the only object on the planet that lowers the value of money, other than uranium. That makes sense then. Okay, let's get started. The first trigger you set off has already been pulled. The Golden Cross currency just lit up the charts. In case you don't know, a Golden Cross takes place when the 50-day moving average goes above the 200-day moving average. In technical analysis, it is one of the best signs that prices will go up. This isn't just a one-time thing. It's a trend that has been very good at predicting huge runs in altcoins. Altcoin market cap went up 140% in just 2 months the last time this happened. Take that in. 140% in 2 months. In 2017, ETH did a 3x, then a 5x, and finally a 10x. These were projects that really helped people. And in this case, XRP is useful because, unlike most alts, it hadn't broken out yet this cycle. I get it, other coins ran. The law has made it impossible for XRP to move. Everyone, we haven't hit a new high in almost 7 years. What do you think now that the chains are off? It ran out of time for both explosive growth and what I like to call the catch-up phase, the cross made of gold. It's not just a sign of progress here, everyone. It makes spinning happen. When Bitcoin's power starts to wane, money starts to flood into alts. In what place do institutions and whales move to? The things that can be sold quickly. The ones with clear rules and easy doorways for institutions. All three of those are true of XRP. While stores are out looking for joke coins, guess what? During alt season, smart money is pouring into XRP. It's not just a guess from me. The setup is already being proven by the data. But this setup is even stronger when you think about what's going on with regulations in the US. When we talk about rules and regulations, this is Paul Atkins, the head of the SEC, who is everyone's favorite. What did Paulie Boy just say? He said that many crypto tokens are not stocks or bonds. Also, we need to make room for a huge app trading market, a great place to trade apps. No, that's not just talk. Folks, that's not a warning shot. Pay attention to Paul. Pay attention to this. After that, we'll look at how this relates to what's been going on with Ripple and XRP for years. Plan to update the rules and laws about stocks so that our markets can move on chain. We know what's important to us. We need to give people confidence in the safety of crypto assets. We are going to make it clear that most crypto tokens are not stocks. We need to make sure that businesses can raise money on chain without having to worry about the law all the time. I also think we should let something new happen that gives market players more options. I call it a super app trading platform innovation. Under a single set of rules, platforms should be able to offer trade, lending, and staking. Also, investors, managers, and broker-dealers should be able to pick from a number of different custody options. As a result, the SEC will work with other government bodies in line with the latest report from the President's Working Group so that a platform can offer trading, crypto assets, whether they are securities or not, and services such as lending and staking. Okay, let me tell you what changed. Everyone else didn't want to fight Ripple, but they did, and they won. It was made very clear by the court that XRP is not an investment. Being clear would have been good on its own, but it didn't end there. People in Congress have already pushed for frameworks like Fit 21, which basically makes a set of rules for the whole business. They didn't do anything about XRP for years. not because they didn't like it, but because no one wanted to be the test case against the SEC. That's no longer an excuse. It's outside the window. Now that the Ripple case is over, XRP may be in a better legal position than Ethereum or Bitcoin. However, Ethereum still faces some problems, especially when it comes to staking. But this is where things get crazy. It's been very important for U.S. banks, payment providers, and hedge funds to have clear rules on how to start products and rails on XRP. They can now. And once the US rules are clear and the European Mecca rules are clear, XRP can grow around the world without any problems. People, by the way, if you don't want to guess how to get ready for all of this, I offer private one-on-one talks. I help you make an XRP plan that fits your goals and is easier to use. Inside the notes of all of my movies is a link. Now stop thinking and do something. What else do we have planned on top of all this? Which is going to be one of the most important things for XRP. It's the spot ETFs. It's ETFs that connect the hype of regular people to the money that big businesses have. XRP is next on the list. This strategy has already been used on us. When Bitcoin spot ETF first started, it only took a year for it to get over $110 billion in assets. There are now 12 billion Ethereum in just 6 months. The best part is now here. As for Ethereum's ETF, it was approved while the SEC wasn't sure if it was a security or not. They didn't know what to do. Think about this. Imagine XRP with clear rules about how it should be used. Under the 1933 Act, several U.S. spot ETFs were allowed. The same set of laws that support Bitcoin. Solutions for custody are already growing. Mateo, a service that offers institutional-grade custody for Europe's biggest banks, is owned by Ripple. ETFs aren't just about making money by rising in value every one. They are established authority. Now, all of a sudden, every trade desk, every pension fund, and every wealth manager can put money into XRP. Once those ETFs and trades start to build, they create demand that feeds on itself, which speeds up the process of finding prices. Bitcoin ETFs made rich people even richer. XRP ETFs will give XRP the boost it's been missing for 7 years. Also, don't believe me. Certain big names on Wall Street have already given exact amounts that they think XRP ETFs could bring in. Here it is. JP Morgan lowered their predictions for Solana ETFs. And what they said about XRP ETFs is crazy. This is what JP Morgan said. They said that between 3 and 6 billion could come into Solana ETFs in the next 6 to 12 months, which is pretty good. But for XRP, they said between 4 and 8 billion within the same time frame. Compare that to Bitcoin, which made $110 billion in a year, and ETH, which made $12 billion in 6 months. People, this is proof that the world's biggest bank is right. People at JP Morgan aren't guessing here. They are making models of the interest from institutions and the adoption rates. They are telling their clients straight out that XRP is just as good as other digital assets that can be invested in. Why does this matter then? Very simple, very simple. Right after Wall Street gives XRP the green light, what do you think happens? The group moves on. JP Morgan clients, BlackRock clients, and Fidelity clients all start assigning. This, along with shopping FOMO during an alt season, is what makes the XRP price go up to 4 figures. It's all coming together right now in front of our eyes. As if Wall Street money coming in wasn't enough, Ripple is growing acceptance at a rate that no ETF can match. Yes, you got it. They work directly with central banks. Okay, XGrok, just give me a quick list. Which central banks does Ripple work with right now? We got the Royal Monetary Authority of Bhutan, which you can see here. The Central Bank of Montenegro was given to us. Our goal was to get the Hong Kong Monetary Authority. The Republic of Palau and the Central Bank of Nigeria are both here. It gets even stranger, though, because Ripple has stated that they work with 40 to 50 central banks around the world. Yes, you heard that right. 40 to 50 central banks around the world. That's not theory at all. That's taking place now. Not sure about this? That's right. Ripple always has proof. Pay attention. It lasts for 32 minutes and 12 seconds. This will begin in 17 seconds. Pay attention. It seems like Ripple took a very different point of view when they said, no, we will be working with central banks, regulators, and banks to make sure that our solution is widely adopted. This is why I work for Ripple. We have close relationships with about 40 to 50 central banks around the world, including the Bank of Thailand. As Mansoor said, Ripple has taken that method of working together and teaching. Aside from that, I think this happened in 2018. The IMF, the BIS, and the G20 have all written papers about how important it is to have ways to settle disputes across borders. Ripple is the only big player with a real-world coin that was made for this purpose. All the central banks that use Ripple's technology will do what? It makes more people want to hold XRP as an available asset, but think about it. The amount of money that could flow through XRP is huge if even just 10% of those 40 to 50 central banks go live. That kind of basic demand turns 2,500 into more than just a fad. It's just math. Also, Ripple isn't stopping small deals, so be careful. They want to get the most valuable part of U.S. business. Okay, so this is about the national bank charter. Imagine that in the future, Ripple acts as a link between crypto and Trade 5. And XRP isn't just a speculative asset, but also a tool that US banks use to get cash quickly. With that much credibility, the story is turned upside down for good. It's the last fight with the boss, and Ripple is already in the game and getting ready. Let's make this all fit together. The altcoin Golden Cross makes it possible for altcoins to go through a boom this season. Clear rules give XRP the legal protection it has needed for years. A lot of institutional money is coming in because JP Morgan is putting XRP on the same level as Bitcoin and Ethereum with ETFs. Well, central banks are slowly following Ripple's lead. Now, Ripple is trying to get a charter as a U.S. national bank. When you put it all together, what do you get? $2,500 doesn't sound like a lot of money. I think it sounds like it's just around the corner. At this time, the question is not if it will happen, but when. If you have XRP right now, you were ahead of the game. You're ahead of the game. People, you will already be in place when the rest of the world wakes up. Please help me if you like this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, join, and share it with a friend before you leave. I'll see you all on the next one.